Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and I am recording this video because there's some new technology out there with Neuralink. This is how you spell it. I misspelled it. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing it, but it's supposed to be some type of technology. Um, that will be helping a lot of people. Um, Neuralink, um, Wikipedia. Um, so so there's a lot of information regarding this company, and everyone already knows it by Elon Musk, which also owns Tesla, the company Tesla, the car manufacturing company. Um, and they have already been doing some tests on animals, and they're already past that. Okay, now according to this and a new update, according to them, um, it has been approved. The company has been approved to as it says as of May 2023. They have been approved for human trials in the United States. Um, so something about the Food Administration. I think it's FDA. Yeah. In July 2020, according to Moss, Neuralink obtained an FDA breakthrough device designation, which allows limited human testing under the FDA guidelines for medical devices. Um, and then there's also the I think it's um, let me see. Hold on. 2023. I don't really know a lot of information. Okay. Um, however, um, they are forecasting that people will be able to operate robots and do mental brain commands for certain things in this life, and eventually hopefully everything, right? That's their intentions. um Including um operating like kind of like a remote control. It's kind of like operating a remote control. um so let me see, let me type something up real quick. Robots, um robotic, um operation operation or operations hu- with the human brain. Hopefully it doesn't show any human brain operations, and it is. And that's not what I was trying to look for. Okay. um More like robots, humans operating robots with their brains. Okay, that's better. Much better. but either way, it's still showing a ton of other stuff. So it says right here, brain controlled robots, self correcting robot that's telepathically controlled by the human. Okay? Now, I want you guys to pay attention very closely to this because it's going to trip you guys out. I think that it's going to throw some of you off. Okay? Now, if they're capable of doing this, and they're, say there's a priest exorcising a demon possessed person. Now, there's exorcism, right? And things happen, like in the movies, the lights start flickering, things get thrown and tossed around the room, things like that. But what if they're using Neuralink? What if, as well as voice commands? So Neuralink, voice commands, and obviously technology. Okay, so that's a possibility. And these guys, it's kind of like the the home security system is designed to protect the homeowners from thieves, potential thieves and robbers, as well as the banks. And if employees, from what I heard, they get a fake password and then they get a real password. So if there's a robber right there with a gun, saying, open the open the safe, and give me all the money. So they might, what's the word? Like, they might, like, submit themselves and obey the thieves' commands. But that's only because they're using a code number which alerts police officers. Okay, so they open it, and as soon as they open it, or as soon as they put that number in, it allows the police officers to know, and then they send like a special unit there. Okay, that type of thing. So I was thinking, what if these priests or whatever that are, exercising a demon, say certain words or scriptures, but it's programmed for it to do something, like the room or this haunted house or whatever the case may be. And let's say that, like, there's a group of people, they go out to go hang out, and they go into this haunted house, but somehow other people go there that know the house, that know that know the codes and everything. So when they're in the room, they start to, the people are just hanging out or whatever, but then they convince the people possibly to, like, play around with the Ouija board, and and whatever else. And then all of a sudden, the house turns haunted. Um, you know, so like, I was thinking, how would we know if people out there will be using this technology for evil, or to hurt people, or to scare people? Because I mean, we have all talked about the good, and we all heard about the good regarding Neuralink, how it's going to help people, how it's going to do this and that. But what if someone, you know, what if we all like were to look at it from the opposite side of the coin, and instead of it, the intentions being good, what if they were bad? That type of idea. So that's what I'm trying to present to all of you through this video. All right. Um, so so yeah, like I think that there's a lot of potential on the good side and also on the bad side. Okay, like I don't know how it could be used for good. Um, Besides maybe helping people, by scaring them so they could like, not, do certain things. Oh, I don't know. Um, but yeah, like I was just thinking um, that that yeah, like I mean, if these people get it down where they're able to move objects, or control robots or whatever, um, like I don't know, it could just get really weird and very fast, right? Because some of these, from what I heard, are brain implants. See, it's a brain computer. So, and okay, so it's a brain computer. So that means that it's going to be able to listen, possibly. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna have a speaker, and not just a speaker, but in a freaking a speaker and an intercom. I think. Well, I don't know about the speaker parts, but it is connected to the phone. I mean, to the computer. It's gonna be kind of like a cell phone, but in implants. So, and I think there's even some technology that permits people to listen, to hear with wavelengths that that um vibrate the bones of the human body. Okay, so they have a device there, and when someone's speaking, um, those wavelengths are able to get interpreted into like a real word, in the technology, real words, and the technology is able to pick up on this like nothing, because that's what it's been programmed to do. So the people are able to listen and hear, and I think it's for people that can't hear that well. This technology, not Neuralink. Neuralink is something completely different. Okay, but so yeah, there's some other stuff out there that helps people to hear or whatever. So so yeah, I mean, if I think it will be able to record conversations. I don't see why it wouldn't. I think that would be a good thing, um, especially when it comes to safety. Right? It could be a tracker. It could be a recording device, to listen to conversations, or if someone becomes missing. Right? So now we have a tracker, and we also have the audio. Right? So I think that would be a good thing to add. Um, but yeah, like as far as all this witchcraft stuff is concerned, and the lights flickering, and even seeing like ghosts and stuff, or things, falling off tables, um, the house vibrating, like shaking, like an earthquake. Like, there's actually technology like that. They're actually earthquake, earthquake, um, resistors. Yeah, for buildings. And basically, it's going to show us a an example of that through these images. So it allows the building to move without it, whoops, without it like falling apart or whatever. So it has some freaking, it has some, what are they called? They have like these. They're in cars. The shock resistors, the ones that go up and down with the pressure of the tire or whatever. So they're right here. You guys can see them in this image to this building to the right here. Base isolation, vibration control, seismic resistance. I don't know how to pronounce these words. Shock absorbers, base isolators, absorb tremors of earthquakes. Well, anyways, I seen one uh image with these I don't know what they're called. Honestly, I forgot the word. But they're in vehicles, and I don't see a picture of it. But they're like shock resistors. Let me see. Shock. Is that how you spell shock? Let me see. Shock. Now I took all my other stuff away. Earthquake, shock, resistors for buildings. Anyways, it's not coming up. But yeah, like, it could technically have, technology within a building to do these type of things. Or it could be products, anything. It could be furniture, cabinets. It could be cabinetry. When someone says a specific word or just thinks it, all of a sudden the drawers will, open up. So like exorcist, like drawers. I don't even know how to spell drawers. Jor. Drawers. Sliding open. Drawers. I have to look it up. Jaws. Cabinet drawers. Drawers. Whatever. Let me see here. Drawers. So, as soon as someone says the word, they would just open up and freak everyone out. There's voice commands to turn on the lights and to turn them on. So it says wow, turn off the lights, and then it does it. But what if there is a key word, a secret word? And when they are reciting, like, demon possessed, rituals. I think they're called. No, they're not called. They're not. I don't think they're called rituals. But I can look it up. That word, rituals. Anyways, demon possessed. I think they might be called rituals. Yeah, precise sequence of words, gestures, and actions which follow norms in a specific order. For example, religious acts, birth, marriage, funeral, formal events, formal events, rites of passage, purification acts, just to mention a few. So as they are reciting these rituals, so spirit possession, rituals. Well, anyways, they open up the book and then they start reading stuff like The Exorcist, the movies. We all know, right? So as soon as they start reading stuff, different things will happen. And then if they're like, "Oh no, give me the other book," and then they can start reading stuff from the other book, and then technology will pick up on this energy or whatever, and things will happen. Now, could there be a connection? Because I'm thinking about this as as a real situation that's happening to people. But how can we, especially now with all this technology, how can we differentiate from real from fake? How are we going to, know without a shadow of a doubt what's real and what's fake? Okay? Because even doors slamming, um, you know, voice commands for doors to open or close. See how to make a voice controlled door lock, unlock. I don't know if this is just talking about or referring to the locks, so people won't be able to open the or turn the doorknob. That um, or if it will just lock it, to prevent people, or if it will allow people to open it. I'm thinking about too much stuff to correct myself. Okay, so in a situation where there's like a haunted house or whatever, um, someone could just say a word and it will close, another word and it will open, right? Which would trip everyone else. It would trip everyone out. Like, what the heck is going on here? It will freak everyone out. It will terrify everyone. Um, Let me see. So, yeah, like, there's obviously that. Oh, yeah, and I was thinking, could there be a connection with this brain technology and the Holy Bible? Because the Holy Bible, um, in the book of Genesis, it says that God created the world by speaking it into existence. With his words, he created the world. And then when Jesus Christ was alive, he, according to scripture, he spoke to the weather when it was raining and the disciples were like sinking or whatever, or about to sink. Jesus said something to the weather. I think he said, "Peace, be still," and it ceased to rain, and all the cloud. I mean, all the water was calm, and all the rainy clouds went away. Um, and then there is another example, another story when he spoke to a tree and it withered and died. And then there's other stories where he spoke to dead people and they came back to life. And then obviously the miracles that he performed, people that were um, crippled or couldn't talk or couldn't see, he either talked to them or he prayed over them or he did something for them to become healed. So, um, you know, maybe later on we'll find out more information regarding the brain, the human brain, and the power and the full potential of it. Um, and stuff like that. But I wanted to, like I said, just record this video because I thought about this idea when I was watching some YouTube videos and they were talking about AI technology. How in the future they will be able to operate robots with it, with human brains. So just by thinking about it, something will happen. And they're working on getting all of this computer stuff into people's brains. Um, and I'm thinking even the the part of the brain that retains information, I think that with these chips with Neuralink, I think that if they program, like let's say, kind of like the Matrix, the movie, when they connect these people in the computer and then like from the back of their heads, and then they say, oh no, they teach the person how to fight. So it's like a real live situation and the person's there learning how to fight, but all along they're just sitting down. Well, I think with these implants, they might be able to do the same thing where they could program, I mean, they could download information in the hopes that humans will be able to, like, let's say they programmed it to, for someone, they download the whole Bible from the book of Genesis all the way to the book of Revelation, and they implant it on someone in someone's brain, and then after the fact they're like, okay, what does this scripture say? And then the person will be able to say it. Um, Not just that, but giving people the capabilities of remembering. Like, what did you guys eat 3 years ago this day? What did you guys eat 5 years ago on this day? And if you guys don't know the answer to that, that's exactly what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to cause you people to understand what I'm saying, and for you people to realize that you can't remember. And that's the power of this. It's just like a computer. A computer, like, if I go to my Facebook account, I can see what I posted 5 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So, um, I'm thinking that this 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 thing here will be able to um, not only cause people to say certain things so things can happen. They will also be able to remember, like, the keywords, the secret words, if any. They will be able to remember um, a ton of information regarding, any topic you can think of. Um, so, for instance, if you guys are cops out there, police officers, they could basically implant one of these things. I'm just guessing, with, like, all of the laws and penal codes and stuff like that. So when you guys are out on the streets or whatever, and someone, like, I don't know, you guys just want to, like, arrest someone, you guys will be able to, like, pick out all kinds of penal codes and stuff about the law that other people won't even know about. Like, yeah. So, you know, the police officer will say, "That's why I read you your rights." So, like, they were saying when I was watching Cops earlier, they were like, "You have the right to exercise your rights at any given time." So, especially when the police officer is saying all kinds of penal codes and the cameras recording everything, and if this guy has no idea, if these people have no idea, no clue what the hell this person is talking about, then obviously that's when you have the right to remain silent. Or not. You can continue running your mouth, and that could lead you into more problems, potentially. Right? Um, or let's say, okay, let's say you guys want this implanted in your brain, or even like this. Where is it at? Yeah, like this, like a hat. And the hat will have every single dog trick, um, so so that you people can, like, you people will just know how to train your dog. It's kind of like it'll be like you becoming the dog whisperer as soon as you put the hat on. So this will also excuse me. This will also this stuff will also this stuff will it will be for every single topic. So it'll basically like make you guys out there seem very professional. You'll just know exactly what to say, how to say it, and stuff like that. Even if you don't know anything, this technology will help you people to play the parts. So, it. I mean, I'm thinking about all this, and it's like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like, so how are people going to know who's really being, like who's really like being themselves, as opposed to people who are fronting, people who are acting, and people who are fully possessed by this technology? Okay. Um, so it's going to be very confusing, and it is already confusing because there's a ton of people out there in the world who are getting um, surgeries and fake stuff, fake body parts. There's people out there who are converting themselves into, like, from a male to a female or a female to a male. So there's a lot of that type of stuff going on. There's people out there changing their identities, getting facial plastic surgery to to look and to look differently, or to act, or to look like someone that they like. So they're trying to act like someone else. um so, like, when you people see someone and they have, like, say you guys see a girl and she has some big tits, like, how does anyone in the world know that those things are real? And especially as more technology um, is introduced into the world, how the heck will people know, like, eventually, how will people know if Like, how would they be able to tell the differences from people who have never had surgery as opposed to people that have? You know, and it'll be so complicated um, and very difficult to distinguish, especially over time, because technology is only going to perfect everything, including surgical procedures and eliminating scars. Like, so if the medical industry um, does, if they make an incision, a cut to perform surgery, like right now when they close it, the scar becomes it's visible. But even now they have technology and inventions that it's almost a little bit difficult to notice. But eventually, down the line, is they're going to be able to make a cut and close it back up without any trace, without it being noticeable, right? Um, so yeah, this idea was is just an idea, and I guess like you people can come up with more stuff, like come up with more ideas. Um, like say for instance, you guys want to create your own smart house haunted mansion, like a smart haunted mansion house. Then you guys will be able to do it with today's modern technology, and like even um, for like Castle Park, no, not Castle Park, Six Flags, like for Halloween stuff. There could be, or even for people who are in the scary movie business, you people will be able to build things, and as soon upon saying certain words, some there will be an effect. Something will happen. A light will turn on. A drawer will swing open, and or multiple times. They could do it multiple times. The lights can flicker. It could, you guys can program it to do just about anything you guys want it to do. So, so that's very interesting. Okay, so now when they're exercising a demon, it's going to make us think. Um, is this fake or real? You know, that sort of thing. So, so yeah. Oh yeah, and then they already have like fake blood, fake knives, fake stuff for like the Halloween, Halloween, um, realistic weapons. Weapons. And they even have some, like, they look nice and clean, but then, like, you guys push a button or something, and then all of a sudden blood is revealed. I think I seen that on a mask. I think it was the Scream mask with fake blood. Yeah, this one. So this mask right here, when you guys push on this hard thing, blood comes down. And so far, this is the only image they're showing. Interestingly. Maybe they're not allowed to show any blood, so that's why they're not. But let's look at some images here. So this is one. Yeah, right here. This is an advertisement. Ghost face, bleeding mask. So it looks nice and clean, but when they push on that, blood comes down. So even some voice commands can trigger fake blood. Yep. And there's like even some execution costumes for a movie. Gun execution effect costumes for movie. It's not really popping up. Effects. It's not effects, is it? Effects. Well, look at this one. Bullet hit quib. Wikipedia. What is this about? Oh yeah, this is it right here. A 50 ml packet of fake blood next to a 0.5 grain squib with a solid polycarbonate backing shield. An actor shows 2 bullet hit squibs attached with duct tape to the inside of the jacket. So this is what I'm talking about. So it could be, like a voice command. It could be like, as soon as I say die, bitch, die, that's when the blood will come out. So the actor will say, he'll pull on the trigger. Obviously, it'll be a blank bullet. It'll just explode, make it a loud noise. Loud sound effect, and then he will say, die bitch die, die bitch die, and then instantly the blood will come out like this, and everyone there will be like, oh my god, Oh my god. Someone just got shot. It says gunshot wounds through a down jacket in Sarah, 1997. Down feathers bursting through a down jacket in Fargo, 1996. The jacket was pre-scored on the shell and also cut from the inside to insert the squib. Um, 9 squibs set off in groups of 3 to simulate gunshot wounds in Savage Dog, 2017. The shirt was pre-scored in an X. I'm sorry, in a plus shape for the bullet holes. Pretty cool, right? So, I mean, I don't know how these things are set off, but maybe it's a remote control with a trigger from the gun, which will be pretty cool, right? So it'll actually feel like the real thing. As soon as you pull the trigger, all of a sudden, three of these the squibs, whatever, will you know, get set off. Yeah, like this. These little aliens shoot this guy, and then the fake blood's coming out. Psst. Yeah, and there's a ton of other stuff out there online and for sale. Yeah, like this one. Realistic PU foam hunting knife, bloody Halloween horror. And I think, yeah, they push a button, I think, and when they push the button, it looks like this, but then when they push it again, it doesn't look like that, I think. But yeah, anyways. Oh yeah, and even the knives are fake. Um, fake retractable knives. Yeah. So there's actually fake retractable knives like this with the blood actually coming out as well. You know, the blood can come out. You know, and this is all for actors, for movie actors. So the bad guys can come and use this knife, and obviously it'll just go in, and in. It gets retracted into the handle, so it doesn't actually go through. It just goes into the handle. which, you know, I think for a Halloween type of setting, I mean, that would be a pretty cool um, little toy to play with. So yeah, that's why it's so hard to like really know the real truth these days. You know, especially like with um, VR. Let me say it says headsets. So obviously the users know that they're just messing around, but eventually they're actually going to be able to connect humans um, to like a fixed chair and make them like make people think, cause people to think that they're really in a different world when they're not. It's kind of like Avatar, the movie. So that's when things are going to get really weird. Like what the heck's real and what's fake? That type of thing. But anyways, so this is real for obviously to help people out. These inventions are to help people out. But I did see one of like, okay, let's just look it up. Neuralink. Oh yeah. Um, causing a pig to move its legs. So there's actually a button on the pig. I mean, it sends the pig an impulse, and when the impulse triggers the nerves of the pig, it causes the pig's leg to move. And I was thinking that maybe these people will use this to torture death row inmates. It's possible. But I'm not certain about that. Well, but yeah, you guys have to go watch this video. It's about watch Neuralink spinal implant stimulate movement in pig. It says at Neuralink show and tell event, one of the company's researchers explains how it is using spinal implants to stimulate movement in pigs. Never miss a deal again. CCNET's browser extension. So obviously I can't show you guys the video because it'll be considered copyrights, infringement or whatever. But yeah, this is some serious stuff. And I think I was watching one of these videos where it caused the pig to move its leg, its hind leg, its back leg. It like kicked out. Um, just it just kicked out of nowhere. The pig kicked. So if you guys start seeing people fucking doing some weird shit, moving their fucking hands all weird, kicking their legs all of a sudden, scratching their ass because they have one of these implants, vibrating in someone's fucking anal hole, and they think it's funny over there. Like, look at. We're going to stimulate the human, and then all of a sudden, you see someone look around and scratch their butthole. Like, oh shit. It feels like there's a fucking worm in there moving around. Like, holy shit. Something's inside of me. Or if you guys start seeing people go like this, migraines, that could also be another indicator of human trials. Because trust me, back in the day with Nikola Tesla, um, they were doing death row, um, death row electric chair. And who came up with all this stuff? That's why you people are safe out here. That's why you people are not getting shocked and killed. And that's why humans have thought of preventative ways not so people won't accidentally electrocute themselves. So just imagine, and they even electrocuted an elephant. Um, Nikola Tesla electrocuting an elephant. Someone electrocuted an elephant. I forgot who it was, but I remember that they intentionally electrocuted an elephant. Oh yeah, right here. And there's a Wikipedia definition about this. So I don't know if this was I don't know if this was from Nikola Tesla or I think it was Edison. So let's look at Edison. Um, So I don't know what company performed this electrocution. It says was intended to partially restrain the elephant. Um, well, there's a lot of words for Edison. Yeah, Thomas A. Edison was an American inventor and businessman. He developed many devices in fields such as electric power generation, mass communication, sound recording, and motion pictures. These inventions, which include the phonograph, the motion pictures, blah blah blah. And then we can look at Nikola Tesla. Nikola 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 Tesla. I think I'm not spelling it correctly. Um, with the I, Nick. Nikola. Oh, copy that and then select all. Nikola Tesla. Tesla's not in here. Interesting. I don't even think this was maybe this wasn't the elephants that they electrocuted. Did oh yeah, right here. Okay, so there's actually a an article. It says, did Thomas Edison Thomas Edison really electrocute an elephant to death? It says, though he had nearly 1,100 patents to his name, Thomas Edison is most often remembered as a brighter of light. So it's only appropriate that some dictators have practically depicted him as Lucifer with a light bulb filament for a pitchfork. Uh, this dimmer view of the inventor writing that residents of Edison, New Jersey, a township that displays his creations and likeness might be distressed to hear that its namesake, an all-around knave and idiot, stole credit for inventions, smeared his competitors, and killed his assistant in a stunning act of scientific ineptitude that typified his fraudulent career. Wired writes that Edison electrocuted stray cats and dogs along with occasional horses and cattle to undercut the alternate current technology invented by Nikola Tesla. Okay, so that's how Nikola Tesla was all mixed up with this, because Nikola Tesla came up with I think it was alternate current, and Edison had direct currents, and they were beefing it out, like, and they were trying to evaluate which one was better to go with or not. So they were comparing the two. Yeah. So it says it right here: alternating current technology invented by Nikola Tesla, but alternate current. Okay, so it basically works both ways. When the current goes one way or the other way. Edison was just direct. Okay, so anyways, so that was that. So yeah, it is. Um, let's just skip on. Oh yeah. Okay, so right here it says elephant named Topsy. So they do bring him up, and it says using alternate current to kill an elephant named Topsy, whatever, just so he could stay on top. But was Edison really that dastardly? Let me just read it real quick. To undercut the alternate current technology invented by Nikola Tesla, which was in direct competition with Edison's direct current system, a site called the Oatmeal accused him of kidnapping household pets and shocking them to death. In 1903, this sinister wizard of Menlo Park supposedly pulled off his largest act of animal cruelty using alternating current to kill an elephant named Topsy just so he could stay on top. But was Edison really that dastardly? Whatever. You guys would have to read the full story to understand everything and watch the documentaries regarding Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla to understand like the full scope of what I'm talking about and referring to regarding the elephants. Okay? But if they went to those lengths and they were experimenting not just on animals but on humans, and now we have, you know, Neuralink. So it's just a matter of time when we start hearing some crazy stories, some way out stories. And don't look at that as like, don't take it like as a surprise. Don't take it surprisingly. Because people are dying. Like, I think every 2 seconds, for my research, a car burns down. There's a car accident every 2 minutes or every 2 seconds. Every 2 minutes there is a car accident. I think it's every 2 minutes. Um, okay, right here it says, what are your chances of a car accident? Or what are your chances of a car accident? And it says, I seen it right now. It said something about every 7 seconds. Traffic um, traffic crash toll for 2018. 195 crashes occur daily. Um, on the clock, one crash occurred every 7.4 minutes. Um, it says one person was killed every 2 hours and 25 minutes. One person was injured every 2 minutes and 7 seconds. One reportable crash occurred every 58 seconds daily. One fatality occurred every 2.25 hours daily. Okay, so that was just a quick reference. Okay? And there's a lot more stuff going on in this world of ours, this crazy world. Um, which actually leads me to think of the Amazon, where all the animals and they're just eating each other up. They come out of hiding and they're hungry, so they're eating. And that's how I look at us as humans. Like, even though we have all these rules and regulations and restrictions and everything, respectfully, or respectively, whatever. Um, I I see it. I see this world like the tropical island. I mean, the tropical forest, the tropical Amazon. Because we just never know when we're going to get hit, when an accident is going to happen, when an airplane's just going to land on top of our home, or when there's going to be an earthquake or a flood or a tsunami or tornado, or you know the neighbors or people out there start shooting guns and they accidentally you know kill me, or other innocent people, or um or we just get in a car, in a vehicle, and we lose our lives because there is a drunk driver out there, or because someone didn't want to live in this life, so they decided to drive on the opposite side of the freeway, full speed. You know, that's insane. That's crazy. But stuff like that is happening every single day. But you know, I think either way, people are still going to take the chance with this technology, because it's either that or they're confined to a wheelchair for the rest of their lives. It's either that or they're not able to do certain things that this technology will be able to provide them. And I look at it like a good thing, because if I was in a pickle like that, if I was in a situation like that, like, why not? Sure, why not? I would take the chance. I mean, I don't really know everything about Neuralink, um, but I hear a lot of great things about it. And so, yeah, you know, supposedly it's going to be able to provide users with controls to operate a robot by merely thinking it. This technology, Neuralink technology, um, or something like that. I don't know if I'm confusing Neuralink with this technology, but maybe I'm not. Um, I think if anything, this here will be used um, for medical patients to communicate, to identify their killers, like people who try to murder them. Like, let's say someone was shot, but they're unable to speak. Well, they could put this on them, and then they can communicate, or something like that, something along those lines. So I look at this technology as a good thing. Even though, just like vehicles are a great thing. You know, they get us from point A to point B really fast without having to walk. But unfortunately, some of us suffer. Some of us, don't harvest, don't get the full good experience while others do. Okay? So yeah, anyways, I just wanted to get this out of my mind because I've been thinking about it, and it's been there like all day. Not like all day, but it's definitely been on my mind. And I just I had to just throw it out there because this is I think this is going to be a future topic. Maybe not right now, but I believe eventually someone's going to say, well, what if this is all fake? What if, especially like kids? Kids might say, well, what if it's all fake? What if it's just voice commands? What if it's just technology? Like especially like in the movies, these crazy movies that they throw out there at the AMC movie theaters, and what adults make us. They don't force us, but they like. We all sit down as a family and we watch a scary movie, and at the end of the day, is like, what the heck for? What's the whole point of that? What's the whole point of celebrating Halloween? What's the whole point of celebrating the Day of the Dead? Even though that's more understandable because people get to celebrate people that they miss and treasured and loved. So they get to celebrate in that way, while other people get to celebrate because their enemies died. Like, yeah, another great day in the year to remember why our enemies are dead. You know? Like, for instance, like if I was a police officer and there's a lot of bad guys that died, like, praise God for that. But at the same time, praise God for the bad guys that died, but at the same time, remembering that they're also celebrating because um, some of their brothers and sisters passed away. So it's not really like, I don't know. I always trip out on the Day of the Dead and why we celebrate it. But for me, I look at it like people are celebrating it because they're celebrating it for the people that they miss and loved. But not everyone's thinking the same. Trust me. And there is real murderers out there. There's real serial killers. There's real people out there thinking about murdering people and stuff like that, and who have tried and got away with it successfully, or attempted attempted to do it, but they failed miserably. So yeah, like, trust me, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there. So anyway, I'm just going to end this video already. So I hope all of you have a great day, and thank you all for watching and listening to my weird videos. But like I said, I think later on people will eventually bring this up, like, what I already said. Is this fake? Is this, or something might happen? Something real might happen. Like some people might see like a ghost or something. Ghost with an H. Ghost in bedroom. Or something like that, right? Or they might have like some weird stuff going on, like lights flickering in bedroom. You know, like a scary movie type of thing. Look at that ghost. You know, so I'm not trying to spook anyone out. I'm not trying to trip anyone out. I'm not trying to get any of you to doubt this new technology that's about to come out, or that's already out. That's been out for a long time. Um, but obviously, if you guys out there, if you guys experience anything weird, you guys have every right to call the police. Um, especially if you guys feel afraid or whatever, like, you guys have every right to call the cops. Um, but yeah, like, so like, I don't know if it starts happening, like, with me around. I'm not going to buy into any of that. I just, I, I, I don't believe in that. Okay. Um, I think, if anything, it will be fake, and people are doing it because over revenge, or because they don't like people, or because they have something against someone. Yeah, like revenge. They want revenge or something. So some people might create this illusion that the house is haunted, just so that they can kill someone that they don't like, and then blame it on this, on like witchcraft or ghosts or the Ouija board or whatever. But personally, I don't believe in ghosts and all that. Ghost presence. I don't even, it's hard for me to even believe in a god, especially because this world that we live in is not as forgiving as God. The Bible says that God is very loving and forgiving, but people are dying every single day. So it's hard to believe that there's a God. I think it's a bunch of BS. But just to go with the program, just to go along with all of you out there, um, you know, We just have to do what we are told. And if people say certain things are not allowed, what else are we allowed? I mean, what else are we to believe? So it's hard. It's very difficult to differentiate the differences, especially with all this internet stuff and movies. I think eventually kids are going to be very confused if they're not already, um, with all this internet stuff, and they're not going to be able to know if like what's allowed and what's not, what's permitted and what's not. Unless it says right there clearly, this is a movie. And people in the real world don't actually practice this. So, so should movies like that, should they get banned so people won't potentially break laws? That's still up for discussion. But anyways, I'm going to end this video before things get even weirder.